right now we have a genome, which is you can put all your genes on a disk, and they're working on the connectome, which is going to be all your memories, all the neural pathways from the brain on a disk, and they'll be able to do a consciousness transfer. So literal that you can be on another planet in minutes through a laser beam. And eventually we're going to be able to do this conscious transfer into new bodies. Microsoft just developed a DNA hard drive. This means you can store your DNA at 23, 25, whatever age, and cloning is absolutely 110% possible right now. We're just not doing it with the public, but at some point we probably will. I mean, people in AI believe that one day we are going to be immortal through this, or maybe a select few at least. And this technology is described in the Emerald Tablets. It's described by abductees, by government whistleblowers, these quote-unquote androids. Some of the extraterrestrials are quote-unquote androids, and I showed a video of the whistleblower saying that they're more intelligent than the extraterrestrials. Well, that's because they've been living longer and they're older and wiser. It's still real consciousness.
If you have a whole brain interface, everything that's encoded in memory, you could upload. You could basically store your memories as a backup. In the future, you will be able to save and replay memories. And ultimately, you could potentially download them into a new body or into a robot body. I'm confident that long-term, it will be possible to restore somebody's full body motion. The future is going to be weird.
And horrifyingly, they've already done this to mice and monkeys, but they've backed up their consciousness into the internet. Which with us, the goal is these perfect synthetic bodies. Like AI will tell you, like someday we're going to have these perfect synthetic bodies and we'll transfer our consciousness and not age or transfer to transfer when the bodies are done. But the process is they gut your actual brain, that they duplicate the neurons. So we'll be in a perfect body. Where are these mice and monkeys? In cyberspace for eternity? It's frightening. And I just want to also mention reincarnation. Extraterrestrials have been telling us it is the case through Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, tons of Native American tribes, tons of messengers, mediums. That's what is going on. It's a consciousness transfer, and tons of abductees have reported this, tons of children who remember their past lives. There's hard evidence that this happens. Baba Vanga was a Bulgarian mystic and psychic. Boy, she looked the part. Her followers thought she was like the next Nostradamus. She did predict the 9/11 attacks, the assassination of Gandhi, that the 44th president would be black, Obama was black, the Kirk disaster, her own death, and more. Like her 2022 predictions would be there would be more droughts and floods. And the UK just officially declared drought, worst situation since 1935. And Portugal, Italy, and France are in a similar situation. Sydney has had flooding for the 4th time in 2022. Tokyo and all the surrounding areas are on flood warning. And her 2111 prediction is that people will become robots. From our growing human neurons in a lab to put them into computer chips, which run superior, to putting those superior computer chips into robots like Tesla's robots, Engineered Arts robot, which, by the way, they're smarter and more superior to us, to the Connectome project. Transfers of our consciousness, transferring consciousness onto a computer chip, uploading monkey and mice consciousness onto a computer chip with intentions of doing the same to us, so they can one day transfer our consciousness into these perfect synthetic bodies.
Whole brain interface, everything that's encoded in memory, you could upload. You could basically store your memories as a backup. In the future, you will be able to save and replay memories. And ultimately, you could potentially download them into a new body or into a robot body. I'm confident that long-term, it will be possible to restore somebody's full body motion. The future is going to be weird.
Hopi prophecy says men will be walking in bodies with no soul. Now, this could be metaphorical, or they could have seen this and not known how else to describe it. They were using metal snakes to describe trains. Now, I don't think that our meat suits hold our soul. I think our consciousness is our soul, but again, limited language or perception. And they also said this transition into the 5th world will be very hard for women with children. Now, this could just be the obvious, who wants to see their kids suffer? Or my brain kind of went to ecto-life, these artificial wombs, and Baba Vanga's prediction about 223, in which she said there'll be artificial wombs and you can design your kids' eye colors and hair color and all that.
The facility features 75 highly equipped labs. Each state-of-the-art lab can accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs. The artificial intelligence-based system also monitors the physical features of your baby and reports any potential genetic abnormalities.
This artificial womb factory is not up and running yet, but 2023 is when they took the first real steps. Little premature lamb in one of these artificial wombs. And I should be clear, Baba Vanga has had wrong predictions. She's no Edgar Casey. She said that World War III would be 2010. And then the next few predictions, following years, was like the outcome of the war. However, it is possible that 2012 was supposed to be the end date, like the Mayans said. Everybody's so prepared for it and might have postponed it a little. And so, okay, so the fifth rude race, that Edgar Casey said, would coincide with living much, much longer lives, like on the style of the Atlanteans, hundreds of thousands of years. I think this could coincide with that. And also, just fun fact, he said we'll be living in glass houses in the 21st century as well. It's that indestructible extraterrestrial glass.